Now, what I like to talk about now is why customer service is important to you.
Customer service is so important. It brings people to come back. They understand the value, like you care about them. And so with any company, customer service is really important in terms of, for example, I have a customer who, I don't shoot many family photography clients as much anymore, but I love changing it up. And sometimes my clients I've had for years will ask for me to do it, and I love to. It's something different. So I had someone who approached me and said, hey, an old client said, hey, I have a family friend who would love some photography done. And so I went and we did, it was a great afternoon. It was her and her son. And they ended up wanting some prints that were printed, and happy to do that for them. And so I gave them a set of prints, and then they came back and wanted more of some other ones. And I said, sure, why not? You know, what do you need? I can do it in-house. And so I took their order and I printed them and I had it delivered, and it was close to Christmas time. And some of these were gifts for people, for family, and it was really fun. Well, then I got a text and said, hey, I got the images, but these aren't the ones I ordered. And I had already packed up, closed business, was going on vacation, I was done. You know that pit of your stomach where you're like, oh man, what had happened? Immediately open up the computer, not a problem. Let's just make sure we get the right ones so I can deliver them to you. So I printed up all the images that she wanted, made sure we had the right, correct numbers, delivered to her personally myself within the hour. And that, she has told everyone about that story, which is really funny. She said, you know, not only did I have a great time working with Nicole, but you know, something messed up along the way and the wrong numbers of images were printed, but she, within the hour, brought the right ones back. And so I forever have a client now. And she has promoted me to many other people and personally knows how I work and what my values are. And so customer service is important. It was, you know, it doesn't matter whose fault it was. It's my fault. Mm-hmm. You know, and let's make sure we get it right.
No, I think that's a great story, and it really tells the fact that we could sit and spend a lot of time blaming.
Yeah.
Well, probably you didn't give us the right numbers and this and that, but at the end of the day, your customer's your bloodline.
Right.
So you should give them that great customer service. What an excellent reminder for us to make sure that we go above and beyond the call of duty. I'm the kind of person that I don't never like to say that's not my job.
Yeah.
It is.
It is. Everything is our job.
It's our job. Especially when you run your own business.
It's true.
It is your job, because at the end of the day it stops with us. So
yeah. And people remember how you fixed the issue. You know, it's never an issue anymore. People remember what people don't do well. You always forget how great everything is until something is not done well. So it was never an issue. It was solved within the hour.
Excellent. So now how do you take that and inject that into your staff, your employees, or your other partners that you work with, that same level of top shelf customer service, I would like to call it?
I'm pretty tough with that. That is a big value of your company and who you are and trustworthiness. It's big in my company. You know, if you promise a customer something and you don't deliver, but you're able to fix whatever, like I had to fix, great. But if not, it was nice working with you. Mm-hmm. And that's it. So I actually read a really great book. It's called The E-Myth. And that was really helpful for me along the way. I was having a tough time in my business, didn't know what I wanted to do. Times were changing, and I said, you know, how can I attract the right people to my company? And in the book, it actually talks about writing a manual for your company. I'm like, what a great idea. People who come in get to understand your value of your company, get to understand where, you know, your heart and soul is, have any questions, they can look it up. Really just sets the tone. You set the tone with everyone, then everyone's on board. You have to have them believe in the heart and soul of your company and what you stand for. If everyone believes in what you're doing, it's not just the fact that they do things well, they do things well above and beyond and with their heart. And it can be from any type of company. And I think that was one thing that I think from that book they talked about, from hotel servicing to small little pie shop, and that it goes across the board, just something, a manual to kind of teach your employees that this is what we do. And I didn't write the full manual, but I took excerpts from it and kind of explained, especially for interns that I have, and saying, these things are really important. I'm the face of my company. You people that work for me are, representing me. And you're representing yourself. Eventually you're going to go off on your own and have a great career of your own job. You want to make sure people remember you in a good way, in a good light. And that's really important.
Yeah, very important. It's funny, you're the second person that's mentioned that book in the last week to me.
Really?
So I ordered it the other day. So we gave a plug to eMyth, and I ordered it on Amazon, so Amazon gets this plug.
There you go. Helping everyone along the way.
Exactly. Now, let's talk a little bit about... So going forward, Nicole, what are your company's goals?
So my goals have changed so much along the way. And one goal I kind of talked about before was what this year was entailed in growing a group of solid individuals that I work with more often. And I would love to expand it. I would love to have a larger company of people working, people being creative, not afraid to be creative in a really different way. I find that if you push people to be creative even harder, and maybe something sounds really weird, it's not weird. The idea is not weird. It's just no one's caught up yet. So there's amazing things that can happen. So looking for larger teams, looking for permanent teams, starting maybe even a program for interns, and having a larger base where they're not afraid to learn, not afraid. Maybe some of the people that work with me can do talks about their industry, what has worked for them. So not just photographers, it can be any part of marketing. And that would be a really great goal to have. I really love giving back and teaching. I found I'm really good with doing that, and it just brings more value to the business. So I'd love to do that. It's a great way to find employees too, to work full time. They already are bought into what you're doing, and you know how they work, and you know what their strengths and weaknesses are. How can you help those weaknesses, but how can you make them thrive on the strengths and push them to a new level and get to the goals that they want. So yeah, it's a great way to find your employees.
Excellent. So now with your, of course, growing and want to become a larger company, which is the dream of all small businesses.
Of all of us, yes.
All of us. And so, of course, we wish you much success. But now with that, you're going to have to do some other things like advertise and market and brand. So how do you currently advertise or market or brand your company, and what are your plans in the future to do that?
As of right now, all social media, definitely on that. Everyone looks at different types of social media, from Facebook to Twitter. Some people are more Twitter people, some people are more Facebook people, LinkedIn. Everything's changing. Technology changes all the time. And let's be honest, like, I'd rather ask my nephew, who's 12, what's the latest and greatest, because things are changing so quickly. And it's really hard to keep up in what's going on. But I think we do a really good job with it. And so, yeah, definitely online networking that way, marketing, going to networking groups. I still belong to the same networking group, a different group, but still the same agency. It's been over 5 or 6 years. And it's really great to kind of meet new people and get yourself out there. So we market ourselves that way. Word of mouth is where I get almost all of our business. And from our clients, they refer us out. And I've been really lucky that way. Haven't had to hire a big, huge marketing team. But I do network with other PR agencies, other marketing agencies, find out what services that they're looking for, how our company can help them to fulfill their clients' needs in whatever area that they're looking to close the gap in. So that's a great way of just reaching out. So I will go and I will cold call a couple of PR and companies. It's like the only cold calling really I do, but people that I really want to work with. And usually it's kind of a warm referral because I've really have networked a lot with people, and they'll say, hey, I know you know this person from this company. I would really love to chat with them. Would it be okay if I used your name, if I give them a call? And it's usually the gatekeeper that allows you to go in and chat with them. But yeah, everyone loves to be able to step out of the office for an hour and grab a cup of coffee and have a conversation with someone. And I usually find out what they specialize in. I do my homework. What does your company specialize in? What are some things that I've seen in the market and the trends that are going on that might be able to help your company? And we can do that. So that's another way of the marketing that we do. But it's mostly word of mouth. It's relationship building. It's really, really important. Especially being the size company that we are, and we're not Nike. We don't have all that money to market ourselves in a huge way. Not yet, but watch out. But I must say, the clients that we get are really high-end clients. I'm not talking about little mom and pop shops all the time. I'm talking about really high-end clients that are looking to spend thousands of dollars on marketing, looking for someone to be really creative, that has a solid team. And because of other people vouching for us and the credibility that we have, we are usually the ones who get those jobs.